Well, here we have a nice looking Triumph Trident T160, but it's in for a little bit of a going over because it's not running right, as we'll see in this video. But I just want to ride it myself. I've been told a few things about it. I want to get a feel of what it's like and what it's doing and not doing, and then hopefully I'll get some work done on it, and we'll follow it up at some time soon with a ride with it, hopefully going a lot better. I've already had a preliminary sit on it to check my camera angle and noticed that the footrests are at a funny sort of angle in relation to one another, but let's give it a go. So obviously I'm not going to be looking for its top speed or anything daft like that, but let's just see how it runs and what I think I might need to do to it. This might actually be one of a couple of rides I have to do today on a couple of bikes. I've also got a Triumph T140 in a similar situation, but let's go and see what this one's like first of all. My gloves are looking very scabby now. I did actually buy a new pair, but these are more comfortable, so I might have to buy yet another pair. Anyhow, they'll do for today. Another reason for going nuts, even if it was running properly, is that we've got a lot of tractors and hay and silage making machinery out on the roads at the moment. Used to the gear lever being on the wrong side. It's actually electric start, this one. Not too keen, is it? Well, I've got to say, I was expecting it to run rougher than that from what I've been told about it. Although I was also told about it being unwilling to sort of pull higher up the rev range when you give it some stick, and from what I can tell that wasn't immediately obvious, but on a longer run on higher throttle openings it did seem to lose interest. So I would suspect possible issues with fuel flow or tank ventilation possibly, but I'll have a look anyway, and also obviously check the timing and things like that. I've been told that there's a bit of smoke as well. Let's see if it'll start again. There's a electric start, you see. Well, there's a bit of a haze there. And some fumes coming out the breather, which again is actually not uncommon, but supposedly been recently rebuilt within the last couple of 100 miles or so. I'll go over the basic settings and see what we've got and go from there. But these triples are lovely, gorgeous machines. I really must get my finger out and get mine on the road again. You forget how lovely they are. I think they're fantastic, these triples. Get one properly set up and going on song. There's very little to match it, for me anyway. One of my all-time favourites, for certain. And here's that Triumph Trident T160 again, and I've done a bit of work on it since my first ride, and also the last ride actually. Both myself and my friend Dave Trident have been working on this, and we've done a bit on the synchronising of the carburetors. The ignition timing was about 10 degrees too retarded, so that's been sorted out, checked by strobe and put right. And also the oil pipes and various cables and things underneath the frame top tube under the tank were stopping the throttle gantry opening all the way, so I think that might explain the owner's description of it not responding too well to full throttle. It just wasn't getting it. It was probably reaching about 3/4 throttle at most, I think. So hopefully it'll be a bit more lively now, although at the same time I can't really go looking for 120 miles an hour on it. Let's go and see what it's like. Cold starting, it's still a little bit groggy and uneven, mainly down to, for whatever reason, the left hand carburettor not responding to the tickler button, so the left cylinder has to sort of warm up more gradually, with the other two pulling it along for a minute or so, and once things are up to temperature it's alright then. And hopefully we won't be looking at the sky. Fingers crossed. Get a rough idea. I think that is going to be pointing skywards actually. Camera. We'll try that. Maybe even that then. Oh well, whether it is, what will be, I think. Top gear. Aren't BSA and Triumph triples great? Bit of smoke. But it's running beautifully. Let's see. Unfortunately, it's got a T150 kickstart on it, which when it comes down it catches on the brake pedal there. The proper T160 kickstart has a hinge at the bottom and cranks out much further, so this kickstart's not too easy to use because it tends to get stuck down the bottom after you kick it, so it's easier to use the electric leg. Well, I could have ridden a lot faster than that. It had lots more left. I don't think there's anything much wrong with the way it goes and performs now. Although the smoke coming from the exhaust was an issue raised. It's done very little mileage since it was rebuilt by somebody who supposedly knew what they were doing, and it was hoped that it might settle down and the smoke might ease off. So maybe a few more miles might give that the benefit of the doubt, but I don't know. But it's running beautifully, and it just trundles at 30 miles an hour or less in top gear, nice and smooth, no jerking or juddering, and just picks up smoothly all the way up, right through the rev range. There's nothing really wrong with how that engine runs or performs. Nice and smooth and even, turbine like, and what a sound those triples have got. There's just nothing on earth quite like them, is it? I'll have to get a battery and some tyres on mine, I really must. I've been missing out on too much for too long with that.